Jen and Brent, this is actually receiving applause, but some pushback as well. The governor says an age-based approach to the timeline was necessary, as age is one of the biggest contributing factors to COVID-19 deaths. Currently, those ages 65 and above can receive a vaccine, but starting next Monday, that age group expands to those ages 55 and above. Then on March 22nd, those ages 45 and above. April 12th, those ages 35 and above. And lastly, May 3rd is when everyone over the age of 16 can get vaccinated. Governor Lamont says considering 96% of COVID-19 deaths in Connecticut occur in individuals over the age of 50, an age-based approach to the timeline was the safest bet.
We found the close correlation between age and risk, age and comorbidities, and age and fatalities.
The governor also keeping his promise to prioritize educators.
It's the prudent thing to do if our infrastructure can handle it.
Announcing that teachers and staff will be able to receive a vaccine in March.
In Stratford, we're already planning to have our first dedicated clinic for educators in our school district, and we're looking to do it the first or second week of March.
Getting our kids back into school and providing more consistency and continuity in terms of in-person learning is essential.
Although many who fall under the essential workers category were expecting to receive a vaccine much sooner and aren't in favor of the new guidelines. The Service Employees International Union releasing a statement reading in part, "Our union's 5,000 janitors and security officers in Connecticut are among the thousands of essential workers who have kept our state running by chancing death every single workday." Also speaking out, supermarket employees, a local UFCW union stating, across the U.S., over 30,100 unionized grocery workers have been exposed or infected. Getting our members who serve in these essential functions vaccinated as quickly as possible is imperative to the health of our entire state. And Governor Lamont says the phased approach could change depending on demand for the vaccine and supply. We're live at the state capitol in Hartford tonight. It's Nia Maldonado, Fox 61 News.